Come on back, peaceful.
Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun.
Hey, my name is Mariah. Did you know we are our ancestors' wildest dreams? Our ancestors wanted us to be free and our voices to be heard. They paved the way for us and we have opportunities that we should not waste.
Our ancestors had many struggles. Because of their struggles, we are free. Because of their struggles, we can be anything we want to be. We can be doctors, scientists, technologists, anything we want to be.
I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Hey everyone, my name is Michael Jenkins. I work at Bainbridge Public Safety. I've been employed as a fire engineer for 6 years and 2 months.
Hey, my name is LaKatie Walton. I've been with Bainbridge Public Safety for 3 years. I'm a PSO1 first class and a firefighter.
Hi, I am Courtney Shavers. I'm employed with Bainbridge Public Safety for 2 years as an administrative assistant.
My name is John Littell. I'm with Bainbridge Public Safety for 1 year. I am a certified police officer.
Hi, my name is Danielle Anthony. I'm currently employed with Bainbridge Public Safety as a PSO2 officer, and I also have 6 years of law enforcement experience.
Change will not come
if we wait on some other person,
or if we wait for some other time.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the change we see.
Good.
And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation.
Hi, I am Dr. Crystal Nicole Freeman, a clinical pharmacist at Washington Hospital Center in Washington, D.C., a new business owner of my own candle company, and a full-time mother to my 1-year-old dog son. His name is Jax. Growing up in Bainbridge, I was lucky to have a lot of supportive people around me who stressed the importance of education. My parents were always very encouraging, as well as teachers who pushed me to do more, be creative, and just explore different things. As I got farther along in my education, I realized that education was so much more than just reading books and retaining information. Education was about creating opportunities, building relationships, and opening doors to opportunities that you may not have had otherwise. And this all started for me right where you are now. I was very active in middle school and high school. I was a cheerleader. I was in the band, on dance line, the debate team. We look very rough right here, so just ignore that. I went to Georgia Girls State. But basically, all of these activities allowed me the chance to see more, learn more, and be exposed to a lot of different things. So I want to take the time out right now to point out this picture specifically because it speaks to a lot of what I went through growing up. I was usually always one of few, if not the only black person in spaces surrounded by people who didn't look like me, understand me, or relate to me. So I wanted to show the last picture specifically just to show that this journey that I have been on has not always been the easiest. Sometimes it's been challenging, sometimes there have been bumps in the road, but you keep going. Everything that I feel like I have experienced early on in my education, from elementary school, middle school, high school, a lot of those things prepared me for the things that I would then go on to experience after high school. So I actually have been incredibly blessed to have the opportunities that I've had. I attended Albany State University on a full academic scholarship. While I was at Albany, I joined the first Black Greek letter sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. After I graduated from Albany State with my bachelor's in biology, I attended University of Cincinnati College of Pharmacy. While I was in Cincinnati, I joined the Student National Pharmaceutical Association, where I became the president-elect and then president While I was president, we hosted our regional conference, which basically brought thousands of pharmacy students from across the country to my school. That was the first time that our school had hosted a regional conference on that level, and I got to be in charge of it. So also, while I was at the University of Cincinnati, I had the very unique privilege of being able to attend a medical mission trip in a very rural area of Honduras. We basically provided health services that were not typically available to the people in that area. We learned about disease states that we don't even see here in the United States. Again, just a very eye-opening, amazing experience that I know for sure I would not have been able to even be a part of had it not been for the education that I leaned on so heavily to get me to that point. I understand right now you got your own set of challenges with the pandemic. Virtual learning has not been easy. I can only imagine. But the best advice that I can give you at this point is to really just stay focused. Do what it is that you need to do. It's not always going to be easy. I promise you. It's not always going to be easy. But it will absolutely be worth it.
What's up, everybody? I'm Ty Akins, Bainbridge homegrown. I went to Auburn, track star, or former track star. And I came here today to talk to you guys about opportunities and priorities. I think when I look back at my career, I've traveled the world, I've been everywhere. You name a place in the world, I've been there probably 2 or 3 times. And when I look back at my career, it's been one that I'm proud of. I've won a national championship. I won 2 SEC championships. I've been All-American 5 times. I've been ranked top 10 in the world twice. As a professional, I ran professionally for 10 years, and I think when I look back at it, I'm so overjoyed about the steps I was able to take in order to be successful. But I think the reason why I'm here back in this classroom is to let you guys know that like it all started here. So when I was in y'all shoes, which 5th, 6th grade, I had to try to figure out what I wanted to do. Like what is there for me to do? What's my future? And it wasn't clear to me, and it wasn't clear until I got to high school. And so you guys are probably going to be in that same predicament as well. But one of the most critical things that you can do now that could shape your future is make sure that you get your grades. Because if you fall behind now, you're just going to be in a hole, just continuing trying to get yourself out of the hole. So I think if you got to make sure that you get your grades together. And I think for me, anytime you're dealing with athletics is irrelevant if you don't get your grades. So for me, I was so caught up in track that I had to make sure like getting my grades was a priority, because that was my main priority, because if I didn't get my grades, there were no track. So, whatever it is you guys want to do, whether it's sing, dance, basketball, football, golf, track, whatever the case may be, you have to get your grades, because if you don't, none of that stuff exists. If you don't get your work in the classroom, you can't do anything outside of the classroom. And not only that, preparing you for the future, if you don't get your grades, you can't have a valid future, because if you don't, then you're probably not going to graduate. If you don't graduate, what's going to happen then? So I think we have to make sure that we don't take this time for granted. So while we're here in the classroom, while you got teachers and teacher aides and all of the help that we can get, you got to make sure you take advantage of that. That should be your top priority. I think for me, when I look back at it, being in this classroom kind of bring me back to sort of square one. And when I look back at my success, I always like to look at how did I get here? How did I get to a place of success that I've had? And I think when I look back at it, it's just like this, coming in this classroom, getting it together, getting my work, and making sure that I made my grades a top priority. So I encourage you guys, please get your work. If you having any issues comprehending, if you don't understand something, you don't get it, please let any of these teachers know. They'll be able to help you. And if they can't help you, you reach out to me and I'll make sure I get you help.
Hi, my name is Dr. Allison Howard, and I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about my journey to become a farmer. When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to be a part of the youth apprenticeship program that was in connection with Memorial Hospital and Manor. During that apprenticeship program, I had the opportunity to take one class period out of the day throughout my school day and go to the hospital and shadow in different departments. So I started off in pharmacy. I also went to the lab. I went to the OB department, and I also went to the radiology department, and even during my time at the hospital, I started to find a love for pharmacy. I just liked the way the operations went in the pharmacy, the day-to-day, everything that the pharmacist did to prepare medications for patients on the floor. I just really started to like that. So I got an opportunity to spend a whole entire semester in that one department, and I actually did that, and that actually keyed up my interest for pharmacy. So I started looking into the requirements that it took to become a pharmacist, the classes that you needed to take when you got to college, all the things that you needed to do to become a pharmacist. So I found out that you had to have a strong background in science and in math. So I just buckled down and pulled my grades up in both science and math, and I also was able to pull my grades up and graduate from high school with honors. After high school, I started looking for programs that had pre-pharmacy studies or pharmacy schools attached to their universities, and I actually decided to go to Valdosta State University and start pre-pharmacy studies, which took me approximately 2 years to finish. During my last couple of semesters at Valdosta State University, I started looking for pharmacy schools to apply to. So FAMU, or Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida, was close by, so I decided to apply there, as well as UGA and South University in Savannah. I got accepted to FAMU on the first try. I was really excited, and then shortly after I started pharmacy school. Into Florida A&M University Pharmacy School program, I knew it would be 4 years before I would have my degree. So during those 4 years, I had to really learn how to study, really learn how to buckle down, stay focused, and figure out how to best become a pharmacist and what path I needed to take during school to make sure that I could keep my grades high throughout so that I could potentially get a residency after I graduated from pharmacy school. A residency is a postgraduate program that just helps you get more on-the-job experience after you graduate from pharmacy school. So you graduate with your doctor of pharmacy degree, you go on to a residency, get on the job training for about a year, and then after that you're ready to start your career. It puts you ahead of the game in terms of from coming right out of pharmacy school and going to the workforce, and instead you have an extra year under your belt to help you prepare for you. So I did my residency program at John D. Archbold Memorial Hospital in Thomasville, Georgia. I learned a lot during that year. I was able to shadow with cardiologists, shadow with nephrologists, different types of physicians, surgeons, all during that time, and that really helped me gain a lot of clinical experience that helped me land my job today. Finishing my residency at John D. Archbold Memorial Hospital in Thomasville, Georgia, I was able to come back here to Bainbridge, Georgia, and start as a director of pharmacy here in our hospital. It's the same place where I learned my love for pharmacy, where I gained that initial glimpse into what a career in pharmacy could do for me and help provide me the type of education that I wanted. I actually had the opportunity to work with come back to Bainbridge and work with some of the same mentors that helped instill my love for pharmacy in me initially. I'm so excited about being back in Bainbridge and being back in my hometown, being able to serve the community and the people, my neighbors, my friends and family that I love. So I challenge you to work hard and find a career that you're passionate about, to just buckle down and grind your gears and figure out where you want to be in life, and I believe you can do it. And I'll see you.
For those of you who do not know me, my name is Christy Childs. I am a native of Bainbridge, Georgia. I also went to grade school and later graduated from Bainbridge High School in 1999. I am currently a certified nurse practitioner. I am the co-CEO of Sassy Feet Shoutique, which is an online e-commerce shoe store. I am the joint owner of Miller Medical Private Home Care Services, which provides health care in the home for rural areas and underprivileged patients. My professional career did not start as I had originally planned. I had the typical American dream in mind, which was to attend college, graduate, and land a great job. However, after becoming a teenage mother at the age of 18, my goals, my career plans had to change. The plan of becoming successful did not change, but the route in which I had to take made it more difficult and allowed me to face more adversities on becoming successful in life. Colin Powell says, a dream doesn't become a reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. I was determined to be successful. One of the monumental moments early on for me becoming successful was my parents pushing me to read. You see, literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. A book is a gift you can open again and again. Once you learn to read, you will be free forever. I would like to take this time to share with you a story. While I'm pulling up the story, I would like to ask you, how determined for success are you? Through my trials and tribulations with obtaining success, I was very determined. Success was very important to me. Not only for me, but for my entire family. This story is by Dr. Eric Thomas. The story is told of a man who at an early age figured out the keys to success. He would often visit his old neighborhood just to speak wisdom and knowledge into the youth. One day he drove up in a nice car, and the kids was amazed by what he was driving. One of the teenagers approached the vehicle and said to the man, "Sir, could you please tell me how to become successful?" He said, "Sure. Meet me down at the beach tomorrow." The little boy said, "Okay." At 6 a.m., the little boy showed up at the beach, dressed to impress in a shirt and tie. He noticed the man, however, was in the water. He calls him out to the water and he asks, "Are you sure you want to be successful? How successful and at what length are you willing to take?" He then grabs the little boy and puts his head and holds it under the water. The boy is gasping. He's fighting for air with everything he has. He then lets the little boy up and asks again, "How successful are you wanting to be?" After 3 more times, with each time lasting a little longer with the boy's held under the water, he finally stops and he says to the little boy, "That feeling when you felt you could not catch your breath is the feeling that will make you successful. When you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you will become successful." You see, becoming successful to me was just as important as the ability to take the next breath. I challenge each of you to have that same determination and perseverance. Becoming successful is without challenges and adversities. However, make a plan, stick to it, and remember, let your success be just as important to you as taking that next breath. Again, thank you, Ms. Ramble, for inviting me out to be a part of this wonderful occasion. And to all of you, I wish you a happy Black History.